You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. I was reading the part where Moses is talking to God about the Israelites, and it's also where you can find the 10 Commandments. But I kept realizing something. God tells Moses many different things, but he doesn't tell him the full picture. And I realized that God is like the producer. Moses is the actor. God is like the writer, the producer, the cameraman, everything. In the background, you'll see him everywhere, working on his own time at his own pace. And it really shows that God has everything under control. Because at the front scenes, you see Moses putting in, guarding the Israelites. But in the back, you see God doing all the hard work. Because the fact that God is protecting the Israelites and Moses. If he did that to Moses, what makes you think that he wouldn't do that for you? These are the same people who went and worshipped a whole different entire God, like quotation marks, because there's no other God. But these are people who left God multiple times. And yet, he still welcomed them with open arms. And yet, he still protected them. So what makes you any less special? You don't have to know everything, because God knows everything. And if God knows everything, why do you need to know everything? God is the creator of the universe. He knows every single hair on your head, every single bruise and broken hearts and sadness and times where you've cried out to him. He knows every failure. He knows every mistake. He knows every sin. And yet, he's still there for you like he was for the Israelites. So what makes you think that God is going to leave you? What makes you think that you need to plan out your life piece by piece? What makes you think that you can't trust in a man who created the entire universe? And yes, sometimes we do doubt. And yes, sometimes we will doubt. However, try not to. Because this is a man who literally have saved multiple people. This is a man who literally has talked to many characters like Job and Joseph and Abraham and Peter and all of them. He promised Noah that he wouldn't flood the earth anymore. And we haven't had a big flood like that in many centuries. So if Noah can promise God to not have floods anymore, to keep his promise, then why can't you trust in the man who literally kept his promise? This is a man who literally saved thousands upon thousands of people from slavery. So what makes you think that he won't save you from the situation you're in? Because if this man can save millions upon thousands of people, he can sure in the entirety of earth save you. And he did. And how did he save us? By being on the cross. So please, trust in God. And even when you doubt, because I sometimes doubt, change your mindset. I told you this in a couple of other videos ago, but it really helps to change your mindset. Why would you doubt the most wonderful man in the entire universe? You wouldn't. So try not to. I know sometimes it's hard not to doubt because it seems like God is so far away, but he's not. He's just working ahead. to make sure that you end up all right on the other side. So trust in God, listen to His word. And I'm sorry I haven't made this in a while, but even when I'm slacking off, I know one thing is for a fact, is that I would rather go through misery and see God than go to purity and not see God. And that's all I have to say.